But who's going to come out victorious today? Rw9 needs one game in this series to lock in the second seed in the group. It is that simple for him. He needs one game and he is confirmed second seed. Of course, he's not going to stop at that. He also wants his first ever series win against Daniel. Dan is historically, I believe, 2-0 against Rw9. One of those series being quite a long time ago now. The other being just before the new year, while Daniel was in Europe for the fall major. He did play against Rw9, so he had a ping advantage that day. Today they're going to be on completely even ping, 92 apiece, so Rw9 a chance of revenge with a completely even playing field. Well, it looks like Daniel's ping is spiked here. I imagine he's probably tabbed out of the game, so don't panic, Daniel fans. That does happen when you tab out of the game. Now he's tabbed back in. You can see his ping's right back to 92. So one game all Rw9 needs for second place in the group. Daniel can actually get third place in the group if he sweeps this series. That's the real big score that he's aiming for. But Zen fans, you're also hoping that Daniel can take games off Rw9 as well. That would help Zen have a chance at number 2 in the group. So Daniel fans for now, or rather Zen fans for now, you are fans of Daniel if you want Zen to top 2, if you want France 1 and 2 in the group stage of this tournament. Rw9's form has looked immense. Moxie took him down, but as we've seen from the rest of the group stage matches, Moxie is just on a different level right now from any other Moxie that we've seen in the past, any version of Moxie we've seen in the past. He looks like the guy to beat in this tournament. Daniel has struggled. Rw9, I think, has looked exceptional as well. Moxie took him down in game 7, but Rw9 has clearly been the number 2 guy. Oh my days, what a save by Rw9. Daniel had the bar down shot. Rw9 flipped late to clear it off the goal line, cementing himself once again as the best defender in the world. Rw9 with a monstrous angle change on the mid-air flip reset. And that was mainly to counter a Daniel that he didn't know, exactly where Daniel was there. He wanted to make sure that he wasn't getting dunked on. He heard Daniel jump early. And now you can see Daniel jumping early. This time Rw9 adjusts to deflect the ball underneath him. Daniel, 27 boost and a back wall position. Looking to bait Rw9 in there. Rw9 doesn't fall for it, but Daniel's breaking away on the counter regardless. Look at the power from Daniel. Just when Rw9 thought he was about to get the ball for free, Daniel booms at the entire length of the pitch. Brilliant boost management by Daniel there. Notice how important it was to have all 24 boosty saved up. Now fake kickoff for Daniel. He didn't flip forward there, so it wasn't all that convincing, but he easily saves it nonetheless. And then lobs a long shot towards Rw9, which will also be fairly easily saved. But who comes away with the ball? It's Rw9. He's a bit too fast for Daniel in that exchange. Daniel had position, but he didn't move quickly enough. He didn't respond to Rw9 advancing. He didn't play a safe 50-50 on the ball either. Why can't you talk Arabic? It's the same as I said yesterday for the France versus France matchup. Please keep the chat in English because I can't read Arabic, my mods can't read Arabic, and therefore we cannot effectively moderate Arabic. So people could be typing anything and we wouldn't know any better. So in order to keep moderation effective, we need to keep chat in English. If your messages are timed out for being written in Arabic or any other language, to be honest, it is nothing personal. It is simply the fact that we can't read it. So yeah, do try and keep it in English using Google Translate if you want to make sure that your message isn't going to get timed out, because I'm sure lots of you have very supportive and very positive things to say. But yeah, if you just Google Translate it, you can join in. And also I know that a lot of you guys who do speak Arabic also have brilliant English, especially written English. So yeah, please do help us out here, because we can't help you. A little bit of a fake there from Rw9, looking to bait Daniel to dive into the back corner. But Daniel doesn't really do it. Triple reset Rw9. Blocked by Daniel. It was a pretty slow triple reset. Daniel's going to scoop in a long shot without any difficulty. His second goal of the game. A real burst of goals there in the mid-game by Rw9. It was tied at 1-1, suddenly 5-1. Rw9 really has looked so deadly as of late. His shooting has been brutal from distance. That's one thing I expect to see from both players today. Daniel, always known for his extremely convincing shots and clears towards the opponent's net. Notice there how well Rw9 was able to hide his position. That's really what high level ones is becoming these days. Until everyone copies or, you know, tries to emulate what Moxie does, where he flicks that camera to the right or left using the right joystick. Until everyone gets really good at that, defense hiding behind the ball, goalkeepers hiding behind the ball, it's really the way to play. It's a lot harder than it looks. You know, if you want to really have an appreciation for how impressive it is, all these guys you're just hiding behind the ball in defense almost every time. Try and play some 1v1s yourself, play against a friend of yours, or hop into ranked or casual, and then just every time you're defending, go where you think hiding behind the ball would be. Just you know, save the replay, try to hide behind the ball when you're defending, and then watch the replay and see how you did. You'll notice that it's actually a lot harder than it looks. You'll be amazed at how often you think you're hiding behind the ball, but you're actually just in plain sight. These guys don't really make that same mistake. They've just got hours and hours of expertise in practicing. Oh, what a comeback this is. Daniel managed to sneak one past Rw9, even though he's at a boost deficit here. Rw9 thought Daniel was going to back off, went for the long shot to keep the pressure on him. Daniel just beats him to the ball. 4-goal comeback by the American. He's had some impressive comebacks in this event, despite really struggling against the French opponents he's had. Now he's got Rw9 on the ropes. Rw9 crucially bumping Daniel in that exchange. Now a long shot from him goes in. Well, this was a very important touch from Rw9, not just on the ball, but notice he bumps Daniel as well. Daniel didn't realize until it was too late that Rw9 had a lineup for a shot, and all that boost he was saving should have been boost he was using to recover and maybe get a defensive angle. Daniel respects Rw9's immediate shot, backs off to defend his net. Both of his corner boosts are going to get stolen because Rw9 did in fact not shoot the ball. Now 50-50, rattles the crossbar. Daniel on the run, and he's not going to escape. Rw9 catches him in the back corner, puts in a 7th goal, and now we've got 2-goal difference. Someone explain why Arabics use numbers and letters. Yeah, it's pretty simple. You know, the English alphabet does not have all of the letters that the Arabic alphabet has. So in order to fill the blanks, yeah, they use some numbers to represent letters that we don't have. 9 is, you know, the closest representation to a 9 using English alphabet would be SS, like 2 S's in a row. But they use 9 to represent a double S. They use a 4 to represent kind of an HH sound, like a really heavy H. And yeah, I know there's one other one. It's a 2, isn't it? A 2 is like a double A sound, I believe. I might be wrong about that one. But yeah, there's different languages that do this. It's not just Arabic. You also, I think you encounter this with some Cyrillic languages as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I know a lot of you already know that, but I like to fill the blanks there for all the viewers who are not familiar. Well, congratulations, Rw9. He's locked in top 2 in the group. The group standings are now confirmed. Problem for Daniel is that he's just way off the pace after losing to Moxie 4-0. Daniel came into this match 4 game differential down on Zen, who was in 3rd place in the group. And that meant that he was only able to catch up to Zen with a sweep. The fact that he's lost 1 game means that the most he can gain from this series is +3, which would still leave him trailing Zen and Rw9. So that confirms Daniel as the 4th seed in the group. He's playing for pride now. He doesn't want to go 0-3, of course. And he also doesn't want to lose his undefeated record against Rw9. That's something that's really, I think for the longest time, left number 1 in the world as more of a discussion than Rw9 confirmed. I know Fear, when I chose Rw9 as my personal number 1 in the world, I think Fear for a while had Daniel as his number 1. And I think the main reason was because of their head-to-head being in Daniel's favor, both historically and recently. So this is a chance for Rw9 to completely put that theory to bed. And also, just give him the confidence he needs into the playoffs, because yeah, he might have given Moxie the best run for his money, but he did still lose that one. He doesn't want to add another loss to his record. Daniel, oh, he's missed it open net off the post. Rw9 was not ready for that one. He's actually left the ball and the boost in the back corner there. I mean, I don't think Daniel's been trolling at all. I think he's just really been under pressure because Moxie peaked. There's no denying it. Moxie completely peaked in this tournament so far. Rw9, before losing to Moxie, also looked like he was at an all-time high in terms of his ability, and he still might be. I mean, look at this from Rw9. It's all about the booming shots in this tournament. Really, for me, that's been the difference from Rw9 in the past, who's been more known for taking his time. He's been more known for setting up low 50s and mind games, and only shooting when there's a guaranteed goal. But in this tournament, he has not held back at all. He is launching the ball at defended nets, slamming it into top corners confidently. Yeah, Daniel is just a bit off the pace right now in a matchup which has historically been in his favor, like I keep saying. Yeah, I do think Moxie and Rw9 both look like all-time the best versions of themselves in this tournament. And I think that Zen recently has just, you know, he's been incredible as well. So if we're talking form, those three look just next level. And Daniel obviously has what it takes. I mean, what a goal this is. Nobody's doubting Daniel's potential. Nobody's doubting his ability, but it's the form that's been a bit lackluster. He needs to step it up. He needs to peak, and that is exactly what he's done right there for his first goal. Huge power on the last touch to send the ball flying into the top corner. Bookadouche, thanks to the Prime, and also A98 Ma, thanks to the 3-month Prime. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Flick from Daniel. Tests Rw9's top corner defense. There's a real urgency about Daniel's movement now. He's not wasting any time. Quite happy to take Rw9 on in the mechanical battle that 1v1 is at the highest level. Great trip there by Daniel. He backs Rw9 up, and just for a moment, Rw9 trips Daniel up as well. Daniel's still able to get to the ball more quickly. Rw9 fake 50 will force Daniel to relinquish the pressure momentarily. I wouldn't mind seeing Dandroid in this series at some point, indeed. Oh, big flip reset bump from Rw9. He landed the reset way before Daniel intended to jump and challenge him. Look at that. Just flies straight in front of the ball, connects with Daniel, 5-1. And that is a very tough shot to save. If you're not familiar with the Dandroid meme, it actually occurred during the NA Pro Drops tournament. Daniel, after being sent to the lower bracket by Evo, decided to switch to the Fennec and play pretty much the rest of the tournament without excessive use of air roll. You're seeing right now he's air rolling all over the place. I mean, it's partly deception, it's partly to keep his options open for resets or for hard hits on the ball. I mean, just look at Daniel's first goal in this game. The air roll into the ball absolutely helped him get power on it. So it's not pointless, it's just a play style. But Daniel showed us in the Pro Drops NA tournament that he's very capable of just playing a positional, low 50 mind game based style with the Fennec and very little use of air roll. It's a big switch up when you're used to playing against an air roll friendly Daniel, and suddenly he's just not really doing much at all. Players didn't know what to do against him in that tournament, and yeah, I think that's a kind of a alter alias that he can always whip out and surprise his opponents. Oh my goodness, Rw9. He's just finding openings that don't look real. I mean, these outplays on Daniel, they look like plays that Daniel's just going to be able to get a piece of. Rw9 is slotting it every single time. Bit of a heavy touch there, though. Invites Daniel to come forward, but Daniel does not respond. Concedes a 7th goal. Rw9 is all over him right now. Because Daniel actually did the right thing here, had the reset, but he messed up his wave dash in the landing. And that actually left him in a position where he couldn't recover for the save. Well, Daniel's got a long time left in this game. A long time to try and come up with a winning strategy. If he's going to stick with the Octane here, going to stick with the fast-paced gameplay, then he's going to need to play almost perfectly to beat Rw9 today. You know, on top of the Fennec switch-up that we've seen recently, we've also seen Batmobile Daniel, another style that I loved seeing from him. I'm always a fan of Batmobile in ones. What a save by Rw9, my goodness. This guy is difficult to get the ball past. It's just demoralizing at times. When you think you've got it into the top corner of his net, he just flicks it effortlessly into the crossbar. Now the early pre-jump forces Daniel to bail on an otherwise threatening aerial, and Rw9 is right past him first try again. Really in the zone right now, Rw9. Rw9, who of course are the sponsors of this tournament, have been the team to beat in the Middle Eastern region right now recently. Also, I know a lot of you guys will know that, but just think about how high level these guys have got to be. 3 of their last 4 matches against Falcons have gone in favor of Rw9, and that's the Falcons, who just looked like they were back at their best, or at least close to it, at the Winter Major. Appjack asked T-Bates off stream yesterday, who does he think is currently better at Rocket League at 3v3, Rwas or Monkey Moon? I want to ask you guys the same question. I think it's an interesting one. Not because, you know, we want to throw any shade at Monkey Moon, but because he seems to be the benchmark right now for what we consider an all-time great Rocket League player, an active all-time great Rocket League player. But I would leave that question up to you. Who do you guys think, you know, right now, currently, is the better threes player? It's definitely a little bit more of a subjective one, because we haven't seen them play against each other. We haven't seen Rw9 play in International LAN since Gamers 8 last season, when they were playing with Basil on the roster. Now they're playing with Mawson, of course. So yeah, you can definitely have, you can go either way on this one, I think. But I would go with Rwas. I think I've watched all of his recent matches against Falcons in MENA. I've been mega impressed with him and his team in the Middle Eastern region. And you can just see by the way he's playing ones, he's at that level right now. Same with all the other guys who are active in ones and threes. Players like First Killer, players like Appjack, players like soon-to-be Zen, but Vatira even recently as well, picking up ones. All of them look so deadly in ones. And then of course, what are they up to in threes? That's right, dominating. So more than ever, one seems like it is the way to go for Pro 3s players. At least some ones practice. Used to be a controversial take, of course, when I said that in the past, when I said I reckon 3s players should practice a little bit of ones to work on their mechanics, work on their efficiency. But these days, I think it's just unanimous. Ones, at least some ones in the practice, is probably the way to go. Daniel's done really well to keep control of this. Oh, what a goal. That was not an easy ball to rein in after the first touch got away from him, but he got right back to it and then faked Rwas from close range with a good cover as well. Even if Rwas did hit the ball, Daniel was probably going to keep a hold of it with the hitbox he had behind it. Yes, Moxie, Rwas is locked in semi-final, Zen is locked in 3rd place, so tomorrow we'll be starting off the Gauntlet playoffs with Daniel against Zen, episode 4 overall, episode 3 on my stream. Zen will have the choice of team color. I believe he's going to choose blue, because that's what he's usually been doing recently. And Zen will also choose whether 4 of the matches will take place on Europe or on the US servers. I believe he'll choose Europe. Winner of that immediately, well, not immediately after, but the hour after, will be playing against Rwas in the semi-final, and then the winner of that will play against Moxie in the grand final. We're going to play the 3 playoff matches back to back to back tomorrow. Oh my word. Well, let's take a look at this goal from Daniel's POV, because he has just ripped a flick top shelf past Rwas at 116 kph. That is disgusting by Daniel. You know, who said he's trolling in the matchup? I really haven't seen any trolling from Daniel in this tournament. He's been outplayed. He's been, you know, definitely on the back seat for most of it. But I think he's still in it mentally. I think he's still in it when it comes to confidence. He knows he's got the ability. He knows that he's got the potential. If he can put it together in offense, he can get past anyone. Rwas quickly back to stop Daniel from building a 2-goal lead. Daniel retreats to mid, immediately jumps as Rwas takes to the sky, and then goes right back down to challenge him on the ground. Great defense by Daniel. That pre-jump forced Rwas to go grounded, and then when Rwas did go grounded, Daniel was ready for him there. Both players trying to shut down each other's offensive pushes as early as possible. It's how Rocket League really should be played at the highest level. You don't want to give space to your opponent, especially when they've got mechanical ability like these guys. Rwas with the double off the backboard. It's in, off, maybe a little bit of a contact on Daniel. If not on the ball, then certainly mid-air collision after the fact. Rwas confidently snipes it. No, Daniel just barely couldn't reach it. He was so close. The accuracy from Rwas, the timing from Rwas was sufficient. And what a heartbreaker this would be for Daniel. He scored a beast of a goal to take the lead. Now Rwas fires back in kind. Chain dash down the line. Daniel attacking at speed, but Rwas just fires all that speed right back at him. Maybe a bit too quickly though. He's missed the open net by crossbarring the cross map shot. And now here comes Daniel with a high bounce off the ground. Another 50-50. This time Rwas will not fall for it in a mind game sense, and he won't let Daniel hold on to the ball either. Too strong in the challenge, and how does he do it? Of course, it's with his own patented style of aerial defense, saving the dodge for the challenge itself. No fast aerial, no panic. Rwas slams into the challenge, comes away with the ball. Now looking to get maybe a double tap off the floor. Bails on that as he realized it was going to get away from him, but not early enough. Daniel secures back corner boost and now looks for an air double bump at the other end, and it lands. Well, both players are switching things up beautifully here. Rwas realized late he was not going to catch up with that ball to score it. It was too late because he couldn't secure the back corner boost steal. Daniel did not waste any time attacking. He's not wasted any time jumping off the sidewall for this kickoff possession play either. Bit more of an outside cover on that mid-air 50 by Daniel. Well, remember that the last time he went for a mid-air 50, he was covering the other side of the ball, and that's what enabled Rwas to counter him. Daniel trying to keep Rwas guessing, but Rwas guesses well, doesn't he? Just when Daniel thought he could get a bump onto Rwas on the takeoff, Rwas skips past him 5-4. And a big kickoff win on the inside by Rwas. Pre-flip from Daniel, keeps control though. But he does have to concede possession. It was a dangerous position. Rwas fakes the cross and keeps the ball in the back corner. Definitely a move you're going to want to try at home in your own games here. I know you've all probably centered the ball for the opponents and watched them score pretty much daily if you're a Rocket League gamer on the daily. Rwas fires his car into Daniel twice. Daniel looks like he's a little bit disorientated after that one. He holds his nerve and keeps the near post shot defended. Still, one goal in it. Daniel patiently waiting for an opportunity. Doesn't need to go all in just yet. That's an early jump by Daniel. He just flies back to his net. We're getting aerial shadowing in the defensive meta right now. It's amazing to see these pre-jumps. Some of them to the ball, some of them away from it. This one to the ball and misses. Rwas, too good. Daniel last time, like I said, he pre-jumped and shadowed the aerial play. This time he tried to jump and challenge it. Rwas one step ahead, now 2 goals ahead. Can Daniel get one win today? Can he get back into it? Rwas calls his bluff on the challenge and fires a 7th into the bottom corner. He's just too consistent. Yeah, you could just tell it from that position. Daniel is not covering the bottom corner. He bangs it in with confidence. This is a great response from Rwas. When you think about the tournament as a whole, not sure if you guys are seeing that stutter. That's actually my game doing that right now. So don't worry if your stream is looking like it's lagging. It's actually my Rocket League game itself. So you're probably fine. Yeah, I don't know what these stutters are. It's still happening. Are you guys seeing that? Can you type one of you seeing these little stutters, or is that just me? Hopefully it's you can. Okay, yeah. So yeah, just to let you guys know, that is Rocket League doing that, not my stream or your internet connection. That's all on my end. Well, 3-0. Daniel is in a world of hurt in this tournament. He's lost the last, I think, 8 games he's played now. Between all the 3 series he's played in the tournament. Oh, no, he's not actually, because he played Zen after Moxie. But yeah, he's been swept by Moxie, 4-2'd by Zen. Now Rwas looking to repeat what Moxie did. It's just been Octane Daniel today. I mean, he knows probably better than anyone that it's not about the style. Every time you lose, sometimes it's just about the ability. You know, Daniel's go-to kickoff is getting countered here. Not sure if you guys are picking up on it, but Daniel, he likes to push the ball to the outside. He likes to here get to the left of the ball and then push it to the outside. He has been countered quite a few times, so Rwas knows by now that is the side that Daniel favors in pretty much all of his matches. Even if you go back to the first time Daniel played Zen, the kickoff that was winning possession for Daniel the majority of the time was this exact kickoff that is now losing because Rwas is just covering that outside angle. And sometimes he's getting big wins off of it. So does Daniel have a switch up to go to? I mentioned this in his Zen match yesterday. I don't think he switched it up enough at the end of the game. This is a brilliant play from Daniel nonetheless. I think he's making life difficult for himself, but this time he just ignores Rw9, who's pre-jumped to the ceiling and then gone back down to the ground in defense. Daniel just catches the ball and then flicks it top bins with perfection. Once again, Daniel going for that same kickoff. Look how side onto the ball he is, but he will actually come away with it now because Rw9 has tried to counter him by going big on the other side of the ball. Daniel gets it past him, 2-1. This is fascinating. I mean, I hope you guys understand what's happening here. It's kind of like a game of chicken. You know, usually on a kickoff you want to be goal side, but these guys are doing the opposite. They're going so far on the outside of the ball to try and get it round their opponent instead of going straight through them. You know, when we see another diagonal spawn kickoff, we'll see if they're going to keep doing that or if they're going to switch it up. Big touch there from Rw9. Too big actually to catch up to. He tries to counter with the in and out save. Daniel knows he's got time here to grab the mid boost before Rw9's attack commences. Here he comes now. And it was a little bit of a sideways angle flip reset that he went for. Daniel looking for the double. Rw9 gets goal side and blocks him. Still, boost advantage for Daniel. This is the best start he's had for a while. Can he turn it into a goal? Not quite. Near post to the rescue of the Saudi Arabian player, and Daniel's recovery is hindered. Rw9 trying to keep an eye on where Daniel is here. Turning on and off ball cam mid-air. Daniel finds a way to the ball and has boost left over to score for 3-1. Clean outplay there by Daniel. Clean interception, really. Clean challenge. What are we going to see here now? Is Daniel going to switch sides? No, he's just going to keep doing what he's been doing. It's the same kickoff every time. And this time it's lost it for him. I mean, yeah, I'm going to keep saying it. I think he should do something different, guys. I mean, you know me. You know I like switch-ups. And Daniel's not switching it up. So, I mean, not really one to change the timing. And he's done the same thing again. I mean, hope you guys really are seeing what's happening here, because it's fascinating to see a player just refuse to change a strategy that appears to be losing. I mean, Daniel lost 2 kickoffs in a row there doing the exact same thing. You might be thinking, Johnny, what do you mean? One time he flipped to the right, one time he flipped to the left, but it's not just about which direction you're flipping in. It's more about, are you flipping in the direction that you're already going in from the position you spawned in? The answer is yes from Daniel. He's playing Rw9 on hard mode, and he's winning. Let that sink in. Yeah, if Daniel's going to change, he needs to, you know, do something else and be on the left of the ball and go right, but he doesn't change. Rw9 covers goal side, and immediately Daniel could be in trouble here. Rw9 actually bumped away from the play. Well defended by Daniel. That was an awkward position. Rw9 was threatening an immediate goal. He was threatening a boost steal. Daniel denied both, and now looks for the reset double. He's way off the backboard, though. Luckily, Rw9 respected it. Daniel's going to get a second go at it from the back corner. Oh, mind game by Daniel lands. He's up 5-2. Well, everything's working in the air now for Daniel. If he's not getting easy possessions from the kickoffs, he is making every possession he does get work very well. Now, come on, Daniel. Are you going to change it up? Is he just going to flip left here again? Yes, he is. Okay. Rw9 lets it happen. This is crazy to see. I think Rw9 is actually the one who's switching his kickoffs, but because Daniel is stubbornly sticking to the same strategy every time, sometimes it just works. This is insane. Daniel looking for his first win against Rw9 in this series. Is this the start of a comeback? Is this the start of an impossible comeback, really? Rw9 looking a bit flat in this game. Oh, what a save by Daniel. Rw9's flick went over and the crossbar bounce was about to be read by the Saudi Arabian. And Daniel leaves everything unreadable at the other end of the field. 7-2. He's looking like Zen up there. In fact, he's looking like Prime Daniel up there, because when he fires on all cylinders, when he gets his flicks going, he truly is unstoppable. When he gets his flip resets going, you might as well be spectating the game like me, because I'm just as likely to save some of these shots as Rw9 is, and all I'm doing is watching the game. That's no disrespect towards Rw9, it's just indication of the level Daniel's been at this game. Rwas wants to find a scoring angle. Daniel not going to give it to him, and he wants to double the open net as well. Rwas correctly defends this one. Still time left for Rwas to fight back in this game. High pop with the air dribble. Look at Daniel's mid-air adjustment though as he follows Rwas the entire way. He has crumbled in the aftermath, but these aerial shadow plays from Daniel are a joy to behold. Yeah, looks like he might have just messed up his approach here as he looks for multiple wave dashes. Well, Daniel's going to get another chance at an aerial play, and I'm loving that he's just taking it, even though he's got a massive advantage already. This shows that Daniel is confident. This shows he still feels like he can score with every play he gets. Rwas is actually struggling to return the favor. Daniel again, up into the air early. Can he slot this? Yes, he can. 8-3. Surely a game on the board now for Daniel. Survived the very brief comeback attempt there from Rwas. His aerial offense is just on a different level at the moment. Meta Dancer, thanks to the Prime. Welcome to the channel. Now that we're past the point where this game is actually possible for Rwas to come back, I mean, there's just no way. You guys might be wondering, what do you do if you run into a player who's just doing the same thing as Daniel is in every single kickoff? What is the counter strategy? The hard counter strategy to players who just try and push the ball around the outside on the kickoff, like Daniel has every time. Now, the true counter is, you might be surprised, is not to approach fully goal side. You might think, well, Johnny's just going to say, yeah, get goal side and flip to the inside. Yeah, it's always the counter, isn't it? It's actually not. The counter is to be slightly, side on to the ball, not as side on as your opponent is, and then you go inside. If you're wondering, what do I mean by outside, inside? Outside is sometimes called the push kickoff, where you're just trying to push it through the opponent, pretty much in a straight line from where you spawn. And the inside kickoff is sometimes, I used to call it the hook kickoff, where you try and get goal side of the ball and flip back for the way you were coming. Much like Scrub Kill I used to do in the early days. So yeah, you could try that in your own game. It is a hard counter. If Rwas puts that together, he will just directly score into Daniel's net. There's really nothing that Daniel can do. At that, there's no recovery if Rwas knows. But the risk is that, that's a great save by Rwas, by the way. But yeah, the risk is that even though there is a hard counter to the kickoff Daniel is spamming, it's not a completely foolproof kickoff against other strategies that Daniel could switch to. So Rwas is probably hesitant to do that and leave his net a little bit open in the process. Daniel overextends at the start of game 5. Rwas made a crucial dodge on the air dribble bump Daniel went for. He didn't have a lot of boost left over afterwards, so there was a real chance there for Daniel to get the first goal. Can he keep up the ridiculous aerial efficiency and consistency that he just showed us in game 1? It's going to be tricky to do so. Well, Rwas just really surprised Daniel with his placement of that shot. Daniel was getting ready to lunge across the goal. Rwas actually just hit the ball straight over his head. Looks like Daniel was not ready for it, and some early challenges by Rwas will lead into a very dominant position. Boost is stolen from the back right corner. Now he's going to steal the boost from the back left corner and look to set up an attack before Daniel can get the boost on this side. But Daniel does get it, so a bit too long there for Rwas. The pinch shot's good nonetheless. Oh my goodness. Well, he built the attack with boost steals, and then he sniped it past Daniel with a perfectly placed ground half volley / pinch, whatever you want to call it. It's not really a pinch because he's waiting for the ball to bounce there, and then he's flipping into it. It's more of a half volley, but no doubt there are multiple touches to accelerate the ball that quickly. Ridiculously difficult to do. Perfect timing required. Rwas makes it work. Daniel, the flip reset lob, bar down and in. We've got 2 peaked players in game 5, trading punches at either side of the field. Nibepa, thanks to the 3-month Prime. Sorry for skipping that replay. I will admit that was muscle memory. I didn't mean to skip that one. I was about to I was getting ready to talk about it, and then suddenly we're into the next kickoff. My bad on that one. Sometimes I skip single flip resets because we get a lot of them in ones these days, but that one was exquisite. The finish was exquisite there. Not often you get a lob from a mid-air shot. So that was definitely world class from Daniel. Going for another lob here, and it works again. Daniel puts 2 in a row past Rw9, and it's almost as if to correct my previous misplay for skipping the previous goal. I don't know if Rw9 was making contact with that. But Daniel bumped him just to make sure. Rw9 doing a good job after the kickoff possession wins to check where is Daniel gone. Has he gone to grab boosts? Has he followed me close? He knows he had time here, and with the time he took, he picked a perfect shot. Full volley. Daniel expecting another touch. Finds himself a little bit out of position. Oh, looks like Rw9 tried to play the wave dash recovery there off that kickoff, but he didn't get it to land properly. Daniel's got to be careful here. For a moment, Rw9 was threatening the bump. Daniel stays safe. Now the counter-attack starts. Rw9 shuts this one down. Daniel misses his defensive touch. That's not going to help him out. Rw9 punishes him. It's 4-2. A small mistake, but one that really had dire consequences for Daniel, because look how much distance he had to cover after missing that touch. You can actually, I think, hear a touch on the replay, but the server says no, it didn't happen. Rw9 completely hard countered there. Daniel saw the pre-jump coming, but his shot actually goes harmlessly into the back corner. Rw9 recovers. That's going to keep Rw9 guessing, though. Even if Daniel didn't get a goal from that hard clear, Rw9 is going to be second guessing any other early pre-jumps, knowing that Daniel might just fire from distance. Just inside, final 2 minutes. Rw9 makes it 3 with a huge flick to the outside of the goal. Daniel backed off, said, "Give us your best shot." And the best shot was just a little bit too good for him. That's that wave dash recovery kickoff from Rw9 again. Daniel will collect the ball and try to play the same strategy Rw9 just did. Top corner shot across the goal. It doesn't work, and a bit lazy in defense from Daniel. I mean, he knew that Rw9 wasn't outplaying him with this touch, but he did not put himself in a safe position. He was extremely vulnerable to the run ahead demo there. That's exactly what Rw9 did. 6-2. Daniel's offense has definitely been capable today of scoring 4 goals in this time frame. But Rw9 is not even going to give him a chance at one. Oh, actually he will, but the time's getting away from him here. Rw9 misses an open double after outplaying Daniel's early challenge. But he knows better than to back off and turtle up in this position. Rw9 challenging early in the midfield twice, dispossessing Daniel again. Double resetting on Daniel perhaps. Indeed he is, but Daniel gets a piece of it. Not enough, it's a 5-goal difference. And Daniel's car language tells you all you need to know after that goal went in. He almost had a save. He had a counter-attack waiting to happen. There's a kickoff mixed up by Daniel. Not out of it yet. And the early reset will secure a goal for him. 1 minute to go, 4 goals required. Daniel needs to score with pretty much every attack that he gets, but if the quality is as high as his last one was, then he definitely has a chance. Does Daniel have it in him to whip out the cheeky strats? Well, now he does actually. He's changing his kickoff up at the end of the game here. Credit to him, but it's not enough. Rw9, the ever difficult to read, makes it hard for Daniel to secure possession. Very little boost for Daniel. He tries to pogo shoot the ball over to Rw9. Rw9 challenges perfectly and punishes Daniel's boost situation. But really, you can't blame Daniel too much for that. He was hoping that Rw9 would play a bit more of a goal line defensive strategy there, and kind of hoping that the ball would just bounce off his car and straight into into Rw9's net, I should say. It's too little too late. Daniel has been outplayed in his final group stage match. He picks up 1 game. Tomorrow he's going to need 4, and it's going to be against his boogeyman Zen, the guy who's taken him down the last 3 times they played. Zen will have the choice of color, team color in that match. He'll also have the choice of which server we'll have 4 games on. If you want to see the start of the Gauntlet playoffs tomorrow, be sure to tune in at 6 p.m. British Summer Time, 7 p.m. Central European Summer Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 10 in the morning Pacific Daylight Time. GG's Daniel, unable to get a win in the group stage, but still in the tournament. He's not out yet. Rw9 confirms not just second place by game differential, but second place by a superior series score. We've got a clean 1-2-3 in the tournament, with Moxie on top, Rw9 in second, Zen in third, Daniel in fourth. So the playoff bracket will be updated momentarily, I'm sure. But tomorrow at 6 p.m. my time, we're going to start with Zen against Daniel. Winner plays Rw9, and winner of that plays Moxie. We're going to play all 3 series of the playoffs tomorrow, one after another.